Hey everyone, welcome back to Heartwood Abyss. Today I'm building a new dark fantasy diorama, featuring something terrifying rising from a pit of blood. If you're curious about the models I used, you'll find all the links down in the description. I cut two circles from XPS foam using my hot wire cutter and a shifting lens tool. These form the rim of the blood pond. Everything gets glued down onto an old picture frame, which serves as the base of the diorama. Next, I cut foam pillars and draw in the brick texture. I glue 3 of them into the corners of the frame, starting to shape the temple walls. I cut out rectangular pieces of foam to build up the walls. I also carved in the same brick pattern before gluing them in place. For the rim of the pond, I used a ruler to press in some straight guidelines to keep the brick texture aligned on all sides. Small foam sheets are added to simulate metal reinforcement plates along the walls and pillars. I glue on small beads to act as iron rivets holding the plates in place. Next, I string a hanging chain between 2 pillars to add more atmosphere to the diorama. I glue in foam arches to form the skeleton of the roof, and add extra columns underneath for support and detail. For extra menace, I cut spikes from old spruce and glued them into the pillars. Don't make them too sharp though, as I stabbed myself more than I want to admit. A longer sprue piece is added to the back pillar for visual support. I cut out some arch-shaped panels from foam board and glue them directly on the walls to add some extra visual detail. Then I add 2 more support pillars to help frame the structure. I measure and cut wedge-shaped roof panels from thin foam. These fit between the arches and get glued in with hot glue for quick drying. To seal the build, I brush on a 30 to 70 mix of black paint and Mod Podge. Once dry, I airbrush a medium grey base coat, much faster than brushing, especially around spikes. I then go over it all with a black wash, followed by touches of a yellow wash, to simulate weathering and mineral staining. The metal reinforcements get painted in layered rust tones. I start with old orange, then dab in some crimson red, flake brown and parasite brown. A final dry brush of gunmetal gives it the aged metal look. I paint the skeletons with bone white and a brown wash. I then glue some small chains to the hanging corpses. I add some blood splatter across the scene. Then I add some extra chains and the corpses. The dragon's breath is made using cocktail sticks and cotton wool. I twist the cotton wool around the stick with glue into a hardened stream of icy flame. If you've enjoyed the build so far, consider giving the video a like, subscribe to the channel and leaving a comment down below. It really helps. Now for a bit of the story behind the scene.
As the knight enters the summoning chamber, he sees the cultists already chanting. The royal daughter was only bait, a trap to lure in the last sacrifices. Every fallen cultist had only brought the ritual closer to completion. From the blood pit, something begins to arise. The blood serpent has awakened. The knight has failed.
Unfortunately, the footage of me placing the miniatures and pouring the resin for the blood bond got corrupted. But let's move on to the final result.